Hi, this is Jeff Ireland with TourneyGuru, and in this video I'm going to walk you through the first part of setting up a new tournament. So to begin with, I'm going to go to the Tourney Admin section, and here I've got a listing of tournaments I've previously set up. I'm going to click the Add New Tournament button here. Now in this case, it's showing me that I've already purchased the standard package, so I can go ahead and create a tournament. If I hadn't done that previously, I would have needed to have gone to the pricing page and pick the package that I wanted. Once I've done that and I come to this screen, I can walk through the different sections. The first part is your basic tournament information, so tournament name and venue, address, and so forth. Down here with the description, this would be the typical type of information that might appear in your tournament flyer. Tournament settings, you'd select, in this case, folk style is the only option. So you'd enter your start date, and if it's a one-day tournament, then of course your end date would be the same. You can enter an early registration deadline with a separate registration fee if they register early. And then also you can enter the last date of registration along with your registration fee. There is an option to do coach registration. One thing to note, coach registration is only available online. Whereas the participant registration can be done manually through the software as well as through the online registration. Related to registrations, this section is important to keep in mind under the online payments. So what you can do here is you can specify whether you want online payments to be required, optional, or disabled. If you select required, then as you would expect, all participants would be required to pay at the time that they register online. If you select optional, then at the time that they register online, they basically have that option. They can either pay by credit card or through the PayPal account, or can bypass that, in which case you would need to manually collect those funds. Or you can disable online payments, which again would allow them to register online, but then you'd be responsible for collecting the payments. If you allow online payments to happen, whether you require it or it's optional, then you have an ability to select whether you're going to cover the processing fee or whether the participant will pay the processing fee. If you choose to cover the processing fees, then what will happen is that at the end of the tournament, all of the registrations that are collected online through TourneyGuru will be paid back to you, but the processing fees would be subtracted from that amount. If you elect to have the participants pay the processing fee, then basically each individual participant pays that small percentage and it gets covered that way. So it's just up to you which way you want to go if you're accepting credit card payments online. How matches are scored, you can select the digital bout sheets and or the paper bout sheets. If you use the digital bout sheets, which we definitely recommend because it offers a lot of advantages for your tournament, you do have the ability to, at the same time, print out paper bout sheets if you want to have those just as a backup or have those as a reference. You can do that. Margin of victory for folk style. This just allows you to configure that. Some tournaments have different rules around that. Team scoring options, you can do either basic scoring or with the premium and deluxe versions you can do the high school team scoring. With basic scoring, you can configure that. With basic scoring, all that's happening is that points are being added based on the individual places of the wrestlers, and so you have some defaults already set here, but you can change those point totals per the places for both round robin and double elimination brackets. Next is allowing double entries. This is another premium feature, but what this allows you to do is basically have participants enter two divisions. So the way that it'll work is at the point in time that they register, they would be able to select a second division to enter and whatever weight class they want to enter into that next division, and it will always be the next division up. So if they registered and they're true division is 9 and 10. It would allow them to go up to the next division, 11 and 12. Of course, if they're a wrestler that's already in the highest division, then that does not become an option. Registration fields. So you've got a handful here that are going to be required for all tournaments, some of the key information. With the rest of these that are listed, you can specify whether you want to use them or not. So if it's do not use, it will not appear on your registration. You can also specify whether you want to include that and make it required for participants to fill out, or you can include it on the registration as optional, in which case it'll be there, but they don't have to fill it out in order to complete the registration. You also have the ability to add custom registration fields. So if you click add more, you can type in what the label should be, and then again whether it should be required or optional. Registration waiver. So you can enable this or disable. By default it'll be disabled, but if you enable it, then you can enter in some waiver text for your tournament, and at the point in time that your participants register for your tournament, they would have to acknowledge that they read the statement and agree to it before they'd be able to complete the registration. Next is maximum participants. It will basically set a limit to the number of registrations that the tournament will accept. And then lastly is estimated number of participants, which just provides general information around the size of your tournament. And that's it for the basic tournament settings. In the next video, I'll be going over the bracket information, which will also include the setting up of your weight classes and divisions. Thanks for watching.